In this video, traders, we're going to look at 3 hacks to try if you are an impulsive trader. If you're the type of trader that starts up the screens, fires up the laptop, fires up the computer, picks up their phone and goes, you know what, I quite like that trade, click, stay tuned. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. All right, so you know, I know, everyone knows impulsive trading never serves you. And guys, I've been there, done it. I've been there, done it. I would trade impulsively. I would just see something, I'd hit the button and I'd instantly regret it. And you know, and I know, everybody knows it's not in your long-term success goal to be an impulsive trader. Do you think any professional trader, any hedge fund manager, any money manager, anyone involved in speculation whatsoever just pulls the trigger on a whim? No, of course not. You know, they wait, they've got a process, you know, you've got a process and you know your strategy. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole reasons why you shouldn't be an impulsive trader. We've probably all been there and done that. But also I'm going to say, hey, you know, sometimes we get people who say, oh, you know, just don't be impulsive, just don't be, you know, but listen guys, we're human beings, we form habits. You know, you speak to a smoker and say, well, just stop smoking. Well, let's say it's easier said than done. You know, someone who's overeating, easier said than done. Any kind of thing that we know is a bad habit, procrastination, sleeping in, not doing fitness, all these kind of things, it's easier said than done just to say stop it or do this. So what these 3 things are like, you're still gonna have to use some willpower. You're still going to use something, but it's a 1 miniature step before the big step of stopping impulsive trading. So, you know, we know guys that we don't want impulsive trading. We just want to try to fix it. Let's be solution focused to this rather than problem focused. You know, you may have heard me on my channel loads of times talking about, you know, various different reasons why we don't want to be impulsive. Other guys on other channels have obviously would have thought covered things like this because it's important. But the first thing to think about is how do we break the cycle of the impulse, not how do we stop it straight away. Let's take baby steps. So one of the things we can do to kind of break that cycle in the mind is use what I call the timer rule. So when you feel like you're about to pull the trigger, instead of pulling the trigger, set a timer on Google. Google's got a timer, your phone, your watch, whatever. Set it for a minute, maybe if you're day trading, if you're swing trading, do 5 minutes. And that just makes you stop. And what you do is you say to yourself, hey, I can make this trade afterwards, no problem. You can pull the trigger, do whatever you want, but just wait a minute, 1 minute, bang, and then you wait. And what that does is it makes you just spend a minute, so all it needs most of the time, to reevaluate the trade. And very often you'll say, you know what, this is an absolute naff trade. I'm not going to take this. Makes 0 sense. Discard it. You might go, you know what? It ticks all the boxes. I'm still going to pull the trigger. We're not probably going to get a bad fill after a minute. You're not going to affect the fill on your trade or affect it. Okay, might be now and then if you're really actively day trading, but it might work in your favor. It might not. Assume that cancels each other out. But what it is going to do is going to stop you taking impulsive trades. Try that timer rule. Second thing, guys, is set up a checklist system. So have a habit or try to reinforce a habit that says, you know what, every single trade I'm going to run through a checklist. Now, it doesn't have to be an erroneous 25-page essay where you're going, I'm going to check this, I'm going to check this, I'm going to check this, I'm going to check this before every single trade. Pointless. You're going to miss every trade. There's no way you're going to stick to that. But it's simple one. Again, it takes about a minute as well. Want that time. Maybe 10 or 20 pieces, or very quick pieces, 10 pieces say. It's like, okay, where's the stop loss positioned on this? What position size should I be doing? What are the checklists that you look for? What's the sector? What's the current market conditions? What's my overall risk on this? Blah, blah. And just again, the pattern interrupt might stop you from just clicking the trade, getting into the deal and going, you know what, I didn't really want this, but I'm in it now. It's harder to get out than it is to get in. We know this. It's harder to kind of do something about it and take a loss. If it's a small loss, you know the idea, guys. You've probably been in this situation many times before. So try that. Setting up a checklist type system. I'm going to underline this one as well. A third thing is don't use market orders. So a little hack, if you find you struggle with these, because these are still some things you've got to actually do, what about taking off market orders? What does that mean? So basically it says, okay, again, we're a little pattern interrupt here. We often, if we're trading impulsively using market orders, we see the market moving, bang, we want to get in. Short, long, in. You want that instant gratification, that's why we're doing it. If you eliminate market orders and you just use limits that have got to be a minimum of X pips away from the market, X cents, X whatever away from the market, what it does is it basically, while that's sitting there to be filled, again, we've got this 1 minute that hopefully you're going to look at it, assess it, and judge the trade a little bit clearer rather than the impulsive trigger pulling that you're doing at the moment. So again, any of these little things, just take time and just stop, make you pause. And the limit order helps because, okay, you're going to might get filled from time to time straight away, you know, and that's the way it is. But you might be times where it sits there, it's almost getting filled. You're like, you know what, I don't really want it here. I want it lower. I don't want the trade. I want to wait to see X, Y, and Z. Oh, we're late in the afternoon. Oh, we're a Wednesday. Oh, when the stock was already up 15. You can get the idea. You might then go through your process internally and decide not to take the trade. Or you might just go through the process internally and go, yeah, great trade, leave it in. Fine, but don't forget what we're trying to do here, solution focused, is we're trying to prevent those impulsive trades. So 3 good hacks, guys, that work really, really well to kind of limit those impulse trades, because we know they don't serve us long term. And yes, you might say, well, yeah, I've profitable from time to time. But if you ask yourself, you know, the question, good question always to ask yourself is, hey, let's say you've built a track record up. And let's say now you're going out looking for external money. And you went and you said to them, hey, here's my track record. I said, what's your strategy? You went, I just come to the screens and I just go long or short whether I like the look of it. Pretty unlikely you're going to get that 10 million quid that you're after, isn't it? Pretty unlikely. Now, it's not to say you can't have some intuition in your trade. I'm definitely a big fan of having some intuition in a kind of within boundaries, but impulsive trading is, I think that's going up. I would like to make some money. I'm going to pull the trigger on it. Bang. And we know that that is damaging to our account long term. So try these 3 things, guys. If you've got any you want to add, please do in the comment section below. Appreciate all your support, comments, questions, likes, shares, subscribes, all the other stuff you do on YouTube. And you know that you can use the notification if you want. I don't want to be the person who pattern interrupts you when you're trading, so don't use notifications, or at least have do not disturb on your phone or whatever you're using during your trading. The last thing you want is me popping up and going, oh, I've got a new YouTube video, and you're like, I'm not interested in that video. But if you do, they're there. And of course, guys, you can see got lots of videos coming up covering different types of topics. Some of them will suit you, some of them won't. Just pick and choose the ones that you like to watch, and hopefully they add some value to your trading. Don't forget to check out our channel sponsor. Bye bye.